All right, Porter. So first show, Sunday cup of tea. So why don't you want to tell them what it's a little bit about?
We're just a couple dudes just hanging out,
Yeah, that's
having
it.
a cup of tea maybe.
Cup of tea.
Abbreviated Scott. Neither of us are named Scott, but that's cool.
So what do you got
This
going
is the
on
Scott
today?
cast.
What have you been doing?
Whole lot of nothing.
A lot of nothing, huh? I was working on a
Whole lot of
presentation for one of my classes,
nothing. Oh,
governmental
nice.
accounting. Dude, that class is like crazy to think about. Like now that I'm in it, you're seeing like all the sides and just basically how screwed we are, how much they can get
I
away
mean,
with.
yeah, yeah, I totally agree.
Like budgetary reasons, they can just if they want more
Yeah, I
money, they're
was
like, yeah, we can take out more debt this year. It's not a problem.
yeah, I was reading about what they do like in the military too. Like they group lots of like weapons, not weapons, but like expenditures together, like with weapons and everything. So like
Mm-hmm.
it'll cost them $25,000 to buy a hammer and nails.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's what
It's nuts.
we just had a group. A guest presentation of this dude talking. He's like a forensic accountant, which is basically they go and find fraud, and he works for
Yeah,
like the IRS. He's like an agent there, and he was
yeah.
saying like it's ridiculous how much they find of them like giving kickbacks to contractors. Getting kickbacks from
Hmm.
them. I mean, like
Yep.
doors are like $5,000 for bathrooms and all that. It's just ridiculous. The
Yeah.
stuff that, and it's like all taxpayer funded too.
Hmm.
I don't know, man.
Yeah. A lot of money gets basically thrown away, man.
Mm-hmm. And there, I don't know, dude. You try and think of it. He'll ask us in class, like, "What's your solution to this?" It's like, you know, I don't think there is
With
one.
our current system, that's the problem. There really isn't that often.
Yeah, I, ooh, I don't know, man.
Not saying our current system's like completely the worst, but I mean, there's a lot that could be done.
Mm-hmm. Dude, they gotta do what I can't remember. I think it was Denmark when the banks corrupt. When bankrupt and everything.
Yeah, yeah. They're like the only country that's ever actually prosecuted their bankers.
Yeah, and they're like every other country's like, dude, you got to let them go. Like, just bail
Uh-huh.
them out. They're like, no, fuck them. I
It's
would
their
rather
fault.
suffer.
Yeah.
you know. And it's like that's just what they
Uh-huh.
got to do if you want it to switch the next time they do it, because you're gonna see it
Basically.
soon. I think with student tuition.
I don't know.
With
I don't think it'll explode from the tuition. I've heard that it'll kind of be more of a drag on the economy rather than a boom like it was with the housing
yeah,
crisis,
but they're definitely still gonna
which
bail
won't
out
help.
some banks who get screwed
Yeah, yeah,
from it.
exactly.
It's like
Yep.
you know what you were doing. You're taking on the highest risk people,
Hmm.
18-year-olds straight out of college or high
Yep.
school, and you're like, yeah, I mean, you guys can take out a mortgage basically, pay it
Yeah.
back. It's like no, but they're all government backed, those loans too. So I don't know.
Hmm.
So they got to, because that's the only reason interest
Everybody.
rates can be so low.
Yep. I think education in this country is one of the things that nobody really talks about anymore, and it kind of is one of the number one issues that we're falling in right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you see like all those bills like it's coming out that basically the way Trump's gonna try and stop, or I shouldn't say Trump, I should just say the government, a bill they're
Yeah.
passing is to limit a cap on the student loans you can take out. Like they're proposing you
Yeah.
can only take a loan out on a quarter of your tuition. So like if you don't have 5 grand a semester to come up with, you just can't go because you aren't gonna be
Yeah.
able to take out loans. And it's like, well, that's kind of doing the opposite of what you
Yeah,
want.
I think that's the way to encourage the entire country to become basically what France was in the French Revolution. Just
Mhm.
where only the rich are educated, only the
Yep.
rich can read and write.
I know it's at like what point do we
Yeah.
try and switch from a K through 12 to a K through 16
Yep.
in the states, which is what they've been looking at, but I don't think what they're gonna be trying to do is the right thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I personally am of the mind that education should be a right. Like educating a person is it's the best way to increase your economy, your culture.
Yeah, yeah, because if you, yeah, I don't I don't want to say that, but no, but you have to, yeah, if you don't invest in your people, then you're just gonna keep going
Yeah,
down.
exactly. Exactly.
See it time again.
Hmm. That's the thing too. Nobody really wants to invest in the future because it's obviously costly. You don't
Mhm.
see returns for a long time.
And even if you do, they aren't gonna be saying, like, you see it in just local districts, like when there's a bond to pass for improvements to a school or something like that. They're like,
Yep.
well, I don't have any kids going there anytime soon. It's like you aren't seeing the bigger picture.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's like the hugest thing right now, that just because something doesn't directly affect you or won't affect you for many years doesn't mean that it's not important.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
A lot
It's
of people can't get past that mindset, and I can get it. Of course, it makes sense. We're only human,
mm-hmm.
but still,
Yeah. I, ooh.
just a tough one.
So I watched a movie last night with,
Yeah,
and it was called Us. It was
yeah.
pretty. I don't know if you read about it.
Oh, dude, that one by yeah.
Jordan Peele,
Jordan Peele. Oh my gosh, dude.
dude.
I'm like he's got such a he's literally made one movie and all of a sudden he's like one of the biggest directors out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, he made Get Out.
That's
Was it?
nuts. Yeah, he made Get Out. Get Out
Yeah.
was huge.
No, dude. This one was just as good. I think personally, it was
Yeah.
basically. I don't know if you want me to spoil it for you or not, but um,
Um, you can give me a loose rundown because I don't want to spoil it for anybody else either.
okay. So basically, what happens is you find out that your shadow,
It's kind of, is it like invasion of the body snatchers kind of a deal?
kinda. What
Because
what
that's
happened?
what I heard.
What happened was like, it was like a government thing to try and control people.
Oh dang.
Basically
Yeah.
went wrong, and then they just left them to die basically, and so they ended up infiltrating back to the Earth. Well, because they were
Dang.
kept underground, like they're actual clones, but they couldn't talk or anything. But
Oh, I got you. So they're all messed up.
but everything they did down there, you mimicked like in real life, like
Oh
controlling them.
dang.
So, like basically everything in the whole world was run by them.
So it's like deep learning.
Yeah, pretty much. But no,
Dang.
it was pretty. It was something else. Like it was. I'd really recommend it.
Yeah, I was really anticipating seeing that movie because Get Out. I wasn't a huge fan of like necessarily how it went or like the ending, but still, for being his first movie ever, he did a fantastic job.
Oh yeah, yeah, for
Like
real.
that's amazing for his first ever directing. Like holy cow,
Mhm. No, I
it's
mean,
extremely well.
I was watching it with Dylan, and he just turned in a 23andMe or whatever. You know, the
Yeah,
DNA thing. I'm like,
yeah,
Dylan, this is gonna be you soon.
that's funny, man.
Dude, I believe that wholeheartedly though.
No, and like honestly though, like here comes the conspiracy part. But like for real, that's why I don't want to do that because it literally says in their clause when you sign it that like they can sell off your genetic
Mhm.
data
Mhm.
to corporations.
Yeah.
I don't know what that could do down the line, but that's just it. I don't know what it could do down the
Yeah.
line.
Yeah. Exactly. You don't want
It's
to
kind
bet
of
on
scary
it.
to think
Just
about.
and how ignorant would that be for one of us to do it? Just white European males to see what we are.
Yeah,
Being like,
exactly.
oh, look at
Exactly.
this! I'm 2% Irish.
Wow, I'm completely European.
I think that's what Dylan ended
Who
up
would
being.
have
He was
thought?
like 100% European.
Yeah,
What would you
for real.
expect? I could have told you that one.
Yep. I will admit though, my grandma, she took one and it was actually really interesting because her whole life she grew up thinking that her grandfather was like a an Indian chief, full-blood Indian.
hmm
And she took the test and turns out she has no Native American in her whatsoever.
She got
It's kind
finesse.
of nuts to think about.
Yeah. No, dude, those
So
are
it was
like,
like she had her grandpa was actually like she met her grandpa. She knew her grandpa was an Indian chief, but he wasn't her blood grandpa.
oh, took her
So like
on.
you know something went down. It's
hmm
kind of crazy to think about. All
Yeah.
those years ago, these people were just pulling the wool over everybody's eyes, and 50 to 100 years later, we're like, yeah, it turns out that's not exactly how it went down.
Dude, I wouldn't be surprised if like 23andMe was owned by like Amazon. Like I don't know
Oh
how
yeah, for
that
sure,
works,
dude.
but like I know they
And
have to like
if they're
disclose it
not,
and
they will
everything.
be.
Yeah. And dude, if
It's
that
like
happens,
you're gonna see all these huge corporations and going into the future. It's gonna be like four corporations that own everything. Disney's gonna own the movies, and Amazon's gonna own all like produce and general shipping.
pharmaceutical.
You're gonna, yeah, exactly. You're gonna have all these corporations that are gonna own everything. Even
Mhm.
like today, we already see that they own politicians pretty much.
Mhm. Oh, definitely. Even just the banks. Like there's no
Yeah,
point.
that's what I mean. You can't get away from it.
But no, the second I see Amazon or someone buys 23andMe, that's what I'm going off the grid.
Yeah,
Because you know something bad's about to happen. Because as soon as they get all that data,
that's what I mean. Because like they have it. They have all your genetic data. I don't know
mhm,
what they can do with it in the future. I'm not educated enough on what could happen, but it's just kind of a scary thought.
I just know it ain't good.
Yeah, and like with those with those corporations' track record, I mean, I don't think it'll be anything good.
We'll be seeing like three-headed monsters coming out.
I don't know about that, but
Everyone's face on them.
yeah,
No, I
Be
mean,
just like that movie, man. Us gonna be like, Brian, is that you? And you're just not gonna be able to talk, and you're just gonna attack me.
dude, that's what it was. It was actually pretty terrified watching it, like, cause they weren't like
Yeah, man.
monsters; they were just people, like clones, and they couldn't
Yeah,
talk or anything. They would just like moan, basically, like.
yeah, dude. Like, if you really think about it, that could be like one of the deepest human fears is yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Like seeing a physical representation of yourself. That's terrifying to think about.
Yeah, and
Because like there's only one of you, but all of a sudden, nope, there's two. Like, whoa,
mm-hmm.
that really spin your head in. Added to the fact that they were like insane clones.
Yeah, like they did like everything that you did is because of them too. That's the crazy.
Yeah,
But
that's nuts.
now, have you ever heard of the Denver airport conspiracy?
Mm-mm.
They have so at Denver, they had a whole city there. They had an whole airport completely
Yeah,
done, and they're like, you know what? We want it bigger, so they just buried it. Like there's a whole town beneath the Denver
they
airport.
buried
Like
it.
yeah, like 5-story buildings. I don't know how they buried it. There's
Would they like
five-story buildings and
demolition
everything.
and buried under like concrete or what?
Yeah, I don't know, but like, wish I was more educated. But the buildings are still functional, and like everything beneath it's still functional. And
So what you're saying is that's Area 51.
potentially, but
Dang,
yeah, I'm looking it up right now.
that's kind of weird. Yeah, for sure, do that, man. That just it's so strange when that kind of stuff happens. Like, granted, I'm not much of a conspiracy theorist at all. Like most of the time,
Mm-hmm.
I kind of laugh at people for sometimes a couple of conspiracies will come around, and you're just like, maybe there's
Now
some
this
merit to
week
that.
we
It's
have
kind
been
of crazy. Like obviously something went down. Sure, maybe it's not Bush did 9/11 or anything like that, but obviously something went down.
Mm-hmm. And usually,
Kind of nuts to think about.
yeah, the only thing that sucks with like conspiracy theories is if you say you believe in one,
Yeah,
people
everybody
automatically lump
lumps you
you
in
in
with
the
believing all
same.
the
Yeah.
craziest ones.
So like you're like, well,
Yeah,
I can't really talk about that anymore without him thinking I'm
yeah.
crazy.
Big one for me too is how JFK got delayed for like 3 more years. Like, why? Why did JFK get delayed?
Mm-hmm. Dude, JFK
It's
is
so
another crazy
strange.
one to read about. You read
That's what I
about,
mean. There's so much that went wrong in that whole
mm-hmm.
case.
Like you read about
Three
it.
people are expected to be okay after their plane crashed into
Alright, so you read about it, and you got like,
Yeah.
what's his brother's name? Bobby.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bobby
Bobby
Kennedy.
Kennedy.
He was evil. That man was just straight up evil. He's like,
Yeah, there's some strange stuff, man. Like the Kennedys were like a straight up royal family. Like they call them like the first American royal family.
yeah, you get, yeah, that's true. But you can go like through these like documents are like all unclassified now, and you see
Yeah.
that why JFK got killed was because he didn't want to basically be their puppet and do that. He's like, I'm not doing that. Then Bobby's like, oh, I'll do it. So they killed him.
Yeah.
Then something happened with Bobby, so they just killed him too. And then
Mm-hmm.
it just goes to show that like they don't really run anything.
Yeah, it's nuts. Like the whole car thing. Like, granted, I saw one single reenactment of how it could have went down, and they actually got a very similar outcome as how the autopsy was, how the bullet like twisted inside of his body. It was
Mm-hmm.
once. It was only done once, and they couldn't like even recreate it. Like it was a one in like a million shot.
Yeah, it's
But I don't know. It's just weird, man. The fact that there was like bullet holes in the door, and
mm-hmm.
even then the fact that they took the car and they didn't let anybody see it for like I don't even know how long.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And the thing that sucks about that too is, well, people can just be like, well, there is the one in a million shot. So like
Yeah.
they can just discredit you like that.
Granted, that's the thing too. Like it's possible, but it's almost infinitesimally impossible.
Mm-hmm.
It's just nuts. All things the government's done over the years. Like the biggest one for me that I don't know how people aren't still talking about is MK Ultra,
Which one's that?
where the government actually chemically experimented on U.S. citizens.
Oh, is that the one where it was? No, you can just tell me. I can't. I know what you're
They
talking about though. Is it?
Yeah, they basically encompassed a whole bunch of experiments on U.S. civilians. A couple of them were one or two guys. Like one guy was dosed with like a cocktail of all kinds of drugs. He was a sheriff, and he went totally nuts because obviously he got dosed unbeknownst to him,
Mm-hmm.
and he almost killed a guy, and he got arrested, and he lost his job, and it completely upended his career and his life.
Wow. Yeah.
All because he got experimented on by the government. Literally, it
Mm-hmm.
actually happened. Like we used to call those guys that said that nuts, but it's actually true. It's
Yeah.
insane.
You gotta take those people at face value now in like today's
Yeah.
society. when they
That's
like
what I mean.
try to
Like
come forward.
they sound nuts, but it's like maybe there's some merit to it.
Mm-hmm. But you get,
Blows my mind.
I don't know, but it just sucks when you get like really crazy people talking about that, but like crazy for a reason, and then people are like, well, they can
Yeah,
just put them down
exactly.
instantly. Like,
Hmm.
dude, the
That's the
crazy.
thing, though. The government knows that if you sound crazy, everybody's going to perceive you as crazy. So you basically just get right off.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's no point in even investing any more time in you.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the dude. The craziest part though is like how you how they're like they can like be shut down now, like on like social media and stuff. You get those people
Oh
that
yeah.
try and they have like different viewpoints and everything, and like Twitter can ban them. Like I, I don't know. I
Hmm.
don't know what to think of that. Like.
Twitter's one of the ones where it's like they ban a lot of people for things that they probably shouldn't have been banned for.
Mm-hmm. And I think
Like they're
that's.
very hypocritical because they claim that they're all for free speech when they're really not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Like the crazy thing with Twitter is it should almost be like regulated somehow. Like I don't know how better, but like
Yeah,
when that's the president's like
it's yeah.
main source of giving out information basically,
Hmm.
and you're like banning people off it, you know.
Yeah, it's kind of nuts to me to look at the two social media platforms of Twitter and Facebook because Twitter is like this highly, extremely overly regulated for some people and not regulated for anybody on the other extreme. And
Mm-hmm.
then you have Facebook, which is like completely unregulated and literally Nazis and white nationalists plan out like these attacks and marches on Facebook publicly.
Yeah. I mean.
And Facebook does little to nothing about it. It's kind of nuts.
Mm-hmm. And I think we'd just be better off just purging them, getting rid of all of them.
Purging them.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just blows my mind what Facebook allows though. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'll be sitting there with my dad just and working or something, and he'll be reading stuff off Facebook, and it's like it's just blatant lies.
Yeah. No,
It's
exactly. And
crazy
like
how
people
none of
just
that's
share.
even policed at all.
That's even happening in like you'll see it with just regular news, like the news up here.
Mm-hmm.
You'll see
Yep.
that they just get facts completely wrong, and then you can like
Yep.
send in a thing, and they'll be like, "Oh, I guess we could have said it differently or worded it different." It's like you knew what you were doing.
Exactly. Like that's the thing. It's all about wording because it's not technically a lie if you didn't completely tell the truth, but
Mm-hmm.
but you told some of the truth. It's like ugh,
Yeah,
so shady.
I'm
I think
looking.
that's probably one of the biggest problems in this country, the media. Not the fact that obviously like all the media is like fake news and all that, but the fact that it's just so clickbaity. Everything in the media is all about clicks and views.
Yeah, yeah, that's what
Well,
makes
you'll
it
do
money.
whatever you can to get the most amount of money.
Yeah,
That's what drives this country, really.
yeah. But no, I'm reading more on this Denver airport and
Yeah.
why it ended up being. Uh, so the actual construction of the airport took like way longer than anticipated, and the reasoning was that they built 5 multi-story buildings beneath the airport, and like he said, there's like a huge complex
Whoa.
network of tunnels beneath the airport.
Dang. That sounds intense.
Like I don't even understand how that works. How can you build 5 multi-story buildings beneath the ground?
Well, technically it'd just be like a bunker at that
Yeah,
point
yeah,
then.
exactly. I guess I didn't really think of it. I was thinking like it's just a
Yeah, just
city with like
just a
yeah.
cave with a city in it.
But dude,
But yeah, I know what you mean. Like that's nuts.
that's what I was always thinking. Like if global warming gets bad enough, can't we just dig down, throw our house?
Granted, I mean, that's the thing. Like global warming, or the problem with climate change is that sure, humans probably wouldn't die off. We would find a way to survive,
Mm-hmm.
but the vast majority of us would die.
Yeah, I'd
It'd
say.
be like maybe 5% of us would
Mm-hmm.
live, 10 to 5%. That's usually the amount that you get with a mass extinction event.
Yeah, yeah. If I had to guess, it'd be 10, and you
Yeah.
better be paying up if you're that 10%.
Yeah, like the 10% seems like a fair amount, but 10% of 7 billion, almost 8 billion
Yeah,
people is an insane amount.
we'd have less than 1 billion people on the planet then.
Yeah. Yeah, we'd have like 500 million-ish. It's nuts to think about.
That'd be nice though. Imagine the rent
I mean,
prices.
or nice. In terms of the world, it might get better, but still, I think we should probably try to prevent that from happening.
I agree. No, with the
Sometimes though, sometimes like that's a bit of a fantasy. I think with a lot of these shows that are post-apocalypse and like dystopian future, it's like it
mm-hmm.
seems like people just want that kind of escape because the way that we're currently going, there's no like clear end in sight.
Yeah. No, I agree. And they just like they like they think the worst outcome all the time, which
Yeah,
and
exactly.
they just think it's gonna happen, and but
I mean, it's kind of like a fantasy to almost want that to happen so that we
mhm.
can reset and not have to deal with the crap that we deal with today.
Yeah, that's true. They take it like when I say like wanting a zombie apocalypse or something, like
That's what
they
I mean.
actually want that.
Obviously, yeah. Yeah,
Like,
obviously, a zombie apocalypse would be horrible, clearly. But at the same time, it'd be a release from the
mhm.
day-to-day struggles that we currently have. It's like people don't want to live in the world that we live in now.
Yep. Yeah, anything to take their mind off it.
Escapism, man.
If there was
That's
one
what we watch
major,
movies for.
yeah, if there was one major thing to happen, which one would you want more? When was
What
gonna happen?
what would be my favorite
Yeah,
post-apocalyptic world?
what would be your ideal one over another?
I mean, just because if it's the end of the world, basically, right? Civilization's done for.
Mhm.
I think that the easiest one to survive would probably be like a zombie apocalypse because
Mhm.
that way you'd only have to deal with the physical threat, but like the whole rest of like basic survival, you still have animals, you still have plants, everything's still there.
Mhm.
But for I don't know, my favorite one, oh man, I think it'd be like insane to live in the world of Mad Max. If you ever watched that movie,
Yeah, dude.
that movie's just
Just a
nuts.
desert everywhere. Everyone driving
Yeah,
around.
no water, everyone driving these cars everywhere with explosives strapped to them.
Dude, I'd say you give it 30 days of like a power outage in like a huge city
No,
like
yeah, for
New
real.
York. That place would literally be
hmm
Mad Max.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
30
but it
days.
doesn't take long for people to turn like that.
Population easily
It
cut in
wouldn't even be
half.
30 days, dude. It'd be a week.
Yeah, for them to actually, honestly, dude, I'd give it 2 days. Power outage for two
Yeah,
days,
yeah.
especially in
If you
those
go for a
cities.
week without food and fresh water, that's when stuff starts to get real.
If you're out more in the boonies, like in the woods,
Yeah,
it would definitely be longer because you obviously
yeah,
have more
for
stuff.
sure. Yep. Like I said, like even yeah, if you were out in the middle of nowhere, like in a very rural area, you might even be fine. Like honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas, like you said, in the big cities, though, it would not take long for stuff to go downhill.
Dude, the only way I think I'd live in a city like that is if I had like a helicopter or something for when stuff goes south. You just
Yeah.
fly out of there.
I don't know. I think it's not that big a deal to live in a big city because, um, being the people that we are, we've never lived in big cities ever.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that we would kind of know that, like, we'd know what to do to get out of the cities because we'd know how to survive outside of the city.
Mm-hmm.
But people who've lived in a city all their life, I think that'd be rough for them.
Yeah, I would. I don't know, dude. I can't even imagine like living in a city and like 2 million people trying to leave at once.
Yeah, that'd be insane. That's for sure.
I would like wait out a couple days
Yeah.
and then get
I
shot
don't
the
know. That's the thing.
second I
You can't
walk
really
out my
wait out a
door.
couple days, especially if you have like a family. You gotta have fresh resources, man.
That's why I encourage. What do the monks do?
Celibacy.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
No.
Oh man.
But dude, what
No, I
what
know
do you
what you
think the
mean though.
currency would be in a post-apocalypse? Like, do you think it would still? I
Um,
don't think it would still be.
probably
I think it'd
probably
be food.
no, yeah, no. We give money its value, but most of our money is online. We don't
Mm-hmm.
hardly have any cash anymore. Cash is useless in the end of the world. Basically, in the end of the world, it'd be back down to resource trading.
It'd be like fur
I'll
pelts
give
for.
you, yeah, I'll give you a carton of eggs for a gallon of milk.
Mm-hmm. What do you think
That'd
would
be
be
what it would come
king?
down to in the world.
What would be like the
Like just
gold
whatever you need.
standard?
The gold
Like,
standard.
if you have this, you can basically buy any. Everyone wants
Yeah.
it. I feel like it'd just be
Prob
water.
mm, I don't know, water in certain places for sure, but and probably the most of the U.S. it wouldn't be that big a deal because we have a lot of fresh water.
Mm-hmm.
I think the gold standard would probably be gasoline.
Oh, true. I didn't even think of that. Even like diesel.
Transportation is huge. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
transportation is huge. As long as cars still work, yeah, I think then that would be a big one.
I have a funny thing when I say to people like, because I've never flown anywhere, and they'll
Yeah.
be like, I'll always be like, if I can run somewhere, there's no need for me to fly there. And it's like, and I'm never leaving the states. Like I did, just,
Nice.
but
Yeah.
it always gets a like funny reaction.
If I can run, why do I need to fly?
That's pretty much my
I
thing.
like that.
But
Oh man.
dude, I think one of my friends' dad's a pilot, and he's like,
Yeah.
it's a pretty sick job. He just flies like private jets.
No dang.
Like, I mean, he flies. I can't think of a cooler job. Just
No,
fly somewhere.
piloting would be really intense. Like I always
Mhm.
thought that probably like the most intense day of your life would be like your to like pass your to get your pilot's license.
Mhm.
Like I feel like that would be just so nerve-wracking.
Yeah. He says like
But
everything now.
by then though, you're supposed to have like how many 100 hours logged flying though? It's like something
Mhm.
crazy.
Yeah, you're basically
So you
an
should be a
expert
piece of
when
cake at that point.
you
Yeah.
should be an expert though when you.
Yeah, exactly.
It shouldn't be like driving
Very
when
true.
you like. You can get.
Yeah.
You can basically hit a old woman and still get your license.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, you're right though. You probably should be an expert.
Dude, how was your
Mm.
driving test when you took it? Did you mess
I
up wrong?
almost failed.
Dude.
I got the max amount of points you get off while parking, and I did
Mhm.
fine on the driving. Just the parking almost got me.
Dude, I did not do too well on the parking. I don't even think I was in the. She didn't even check if I was in on the other side. She's like, "All right, that's good." So I just pulled out right away. Like, and when we were
Just
driving,
went for it,
there's this old lady in a PT Cruiser on the other lane,
Right.
and I was going the other way. Like we were both going the
Yeah.
same way. And I was turning right. She like pulled out, and I didn't see her because like I had tunnel vision because I was nervous, and I like
Yeah.
pulled out in front of her and like almost hit
Dang.
her, and it was like, oh my god. But I didn't, so I don't think I even got any points off.
Yeah.
And I wasn't checking my
Funny, man.
blind spots right. Like I didn't know how to even check them. Like I was just looking behind
Yeah.
the same shoulder every time.
Yeah.
And
Jeez,
yeah,
oh Pete, how'd you pass?
I have no idea. But that just goes to show
Wow.
like how scary it is. That like they just give
Yeah.
it to anyone because I don't think I should have gotten my license.
Yeah.
But now I'm a good driver.
Yeah, honestly, it's really all about practice
Mm-hmm.
with driving. And you kind of got to like get out on the road and drive on your own in order to really get the hang of it.
Yeah. Dude, nothing's better than when you drive for the first time.
I don't know. See, I was just never really into driving that much. Driving for me has always been more of a point A to point B kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, once you
I'm not really a big fan of relaxing drives.
no. Like driving 6 hours, it's like, oh my god.
Yeah, for me, I don't know, it messes with my eyes. If I've been driving too much, I think it's like latent like motion sickness that I get.
Mm.
If I've been driving too much, I just start to like get really anxious and I don't like it very much. So something that's relaxing for me is to drive somewhere and just like sit and relax in the car.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Nothing's better than when you get done with the long drive or whatever though.
Yes. Oh, just to be able to sit there and like turn the radio on, just lean back, unbuckle. Oh, it's just the best.
I cannot think of a worse name to have than Richard.
Huh?
Than Richard.
What do you mean?
Everyone just calling you Dick all the time.
Oh. Yeah. I don't know, man. There's some pretty bad ones out there. My dad worked with a guy named Dickhead, literally.
Oh.
Yeah. His last name was actually Head. I couldn't believe it. Like his parents must have just hated him.
Dude. I can't like I
I know.
doesn't
I
even
know.
register with
Ugh.
me.
Yeah, he went by Richard because obviously it's better than Dickhead.
Yeah.
But still.
Is there a dickhead in here? Yeah.
That's
you
what
got a
he
couple?
said that's what it'd be like too. They'd laugh about it every time because like they would over the intercom because he used to work at like a welding place.
Yeah.
They'd be like, "I need a dickhead to the office." Like what? Oh my gosh, I'd hate that so much. I'd honestly like change my name.
Yeah. I
Ugh.
think that's like the only time.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine naming my kid Dickhead. Oh, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, I'm looking through these things right now. So I guess Robert Kraft got his prostitution activity dropped. Or prostitution.
Robert who?
Kraft, he's the NFL owner.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. It got dropped?
Yeah.
Oh dang, why? Paid
Um,
somebody enough money?
Yeah, I'll read through this quick.
Alright.
He's truly sorry. No, he's not. For the pain he caused close to them. Like what pain? Who feels pain for him getting a hand job, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Prostitution's a weird one for me because, like, unless it's like from a pimp, prostitution's not hurting anybody.
No. You think this old
Maybe that's one of my more libertarian ideals.
Mm-hmm. He's 77. You think, he's just going there for a good time?
Yeah, honestly, dude. 77 years old. He doesn't give a crap anymore, dude. Like, gosh dang.
Yeah, he was married for 50 years and she died. It's like, can't we give this man a pass?
Dang, dude. Honestly.
that's,
Honestly,
that's
dude.
what I was
50
saying
years
from
of
the beginning.
marriage. For
Like,
real,
this
though,
man was
dude.
a saint for 50. He literally can have a busload of models every day of the week come up to his house if he
Honestly,
wanted
dude.
to.
Like, just look
You
at,
have
like,
to.
Hugh Hefner, dude. Like, that guy was a legend.
Yeah, and
Like,
then
nobody judged him, dude. Basically, like, I don't want to, like, down talk, like, all the Playboy, like, girls and everything, but, like, they were basically prostitutes at that point.
yeah,
And nobody, like, bad talked them. I mean, it's just weird how society views that kind of stuff.
mhm. But I'm trying to see if there's like any charges. He pled not guilty, and I don't know.
Hmm.
Prostitution.
I don't know, man. If you're rich enough, you don't ever get
No,
charged with anything.
especially for this. The thing that I feel like they're trying to get him with was like human trafficking.
Human trafficking, dude?
Yeah, like they're saying that's what was going on.
Gosh dang, dude. That'd be pretty rough if that was true.
Because like someone was saying like in that massage parlor, like one dude, like a police officer, went there. Like
Oh, I think I heard about this on NPR.
yeah, he went there just to get a
Yeah, there was
massage,
like,
and he's like,
yeah, there was like a back massage thing that was actually like human trafficking.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, weird.
So I think that's what they were trying to look into.
Dang. If that's the case, that'd be pretty nuts, dude. That happens a lot more than people know.
Oh, dude, that's like that's. I think that's like the biggest form of slavery. Like, I
I
don't
know
want
that
to say
it
ever, but
blows my mind that human trafficking is even a thing in the civilized world.
no, it's been going
Like, it's
on.
just
Like,
so nuts.
it's crazy when like it actually like you see it like happening like around you, or not like,
Yeah.
but
You hear stories of people like literally getting kidnapped off the streets. Just people pull up in a van and take them and go. Like, gosh dang, it's horrifying.
yeah, dude, it
It's
sucks to
probably
me.
even worse for the other people that are like trying to like get into other countries and like the
Oh,
coyotes and stuff end up selling them off into trafficking instead of helping them out.
yeah, like
Like, well,
oh,
it's rough,
just a hot girl. This one also, like you
honestly.
have to be such a messed up person to think that. You're just
Mm-hmm.
like, oh,
Yeah, it's wild, man.
I'm gonna look at some human trafficking
Some human trafficking, what?
like bus,
Oh,
where they
yeah.
caught him.
A lot of that goes on in like Eastern Europe these days too.
Yeah,
Just Europe in general too.
this one, yeah, 26 women rescued at a massage parlor in Seattle.
Wow. In
This is
Seattle,
just
of all places, I mean, that's crazy, man.
Open, even super late.
Seattle
Like,
just
who goes
always
to get
like
a
it
massage at
seems like
11
one of those
o'clock at
cities that's like more advanced, more above that kind of thing. But that just shows to show you, man, it's
yeah,
happens everywhere.
they were they're from China. Basically, this is basically what you were just saying, between 20 and
Yeah.
60, and they were lured to the States with the promise of legal employment.
Wow.
Imagine what kind of loser you gotta be just to go to one of those. Like,
Yeah.
wait, go tie your shoes and know you're heading out to go there.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing, right? Like, if somebody wants to go to a brothel, for example, have at it, buddy. But like, if you willingly participate in the human sex trade, like that's kind of messed up.
Yeah, just like any part of it, supplier,
Yeah, exactly.
the person,
Consumer
the
even.
consumer, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of
You
messed
gotta
up.
know.
Yeah.
Did you ever?
I guess if you're to that point in your life, a lot of people just kind of like put that out of their mind.
Yeah. Did you ever hear about that one chimp? Like, it's not funny. It's kind of sad, but there was a chimp who was a sex slave, and she was like one of the hottest commodity.
A chimp, bro?
Yeah, chimp orangutan.
What in the world,
Yeah,
dude? No, I never heard about this.
Her name was Pony, and
Oh my gosh, dude.
they would shave her down, and she was found in 2003, and she was chained to the wall with all her hair shaved, and she had like mosquito bites and sores on her.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and the villagers, this is how they like got it through their head. They saw her as a good luck charm, so they would
Wow.
go there and do their thing. But no, she was literally like so brainwashed that when a man would come near, she'd like start like swinging her hips around and everything, you know, because like
Oh,
that's what she had to do.
yeah, I suppose, eh?
How messed up would it
Humans
have
are
to
messed
be?
up, dude. Humans are messed up.
Like, there's no way, like, that they went there and be like, and we have Patricia coming out, and it's like, ooh, like, you know, trying to trick them.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like if you're one of those and you're not a total freak, you'd go in there and be like, what the fuck is this? Like, what
Yeah.
is it? What is this?
Well, yeah, like you see some of those like actual like high-end trades in movies and stuff of humans. Like they auction off people. That's just nuts.
Mm-hmm. Dude, have you heard anything about that AOC tax plan or whatever? Or where she
Mm-mm.
wants like it'll be anything over 10 million's taxed 70%.
Oh, her yeah, the Green New Deal.
Yeah, that is
I think
insane.
I think some parts of it are a good idea, other parts not so much.
Dude,
I think I
70%
think
for
the best
anything
way
though
to
is just
yeah, it's
ridiculous.
I don't think it's that crazy that it's anything over 10 million, but it's still a lot. But the
Mhm.
thing is about what the Democrats are doing right now with all the bills is that it's all just posturing. Same thing with the Republicans. They're just posturing to each other, saying, "Hey, look, we're doing good,"
Yeah.
without actually trying to bridge any gap.
Mhm.
Like if you actually want to build a pass, do something that's very bipartisan. Like put some things that you want and some things that maybe the other party wants. Like that's how you compromise. You have to do that.
Yeah.
And
But I
nobody's willing to right now.
mhm. But I just kind of that just seems so insane to me. Like that I feel like that would kind of shut down more innovation. Cuz say you're starting up a company and you build it and you sell for 100 million. You're only actually going to see like
Yeah.
35 million from that.
Yeah.
Like what's the
I
point?
mean, technically you'd see 45 million because it's anything over 10 million. So you get the first 10 million.
Yeah, but that's going to be
It's all
taxed too.
yours. No, that's what I mean. It's not taxed it's not
Not the
taxed under 10
70%
million.
though. I know how marginal tax rates
Yeah.
are. I'm saying, but like
Yeah.
still getting up there. You got the 40% tax rate still.
Yeah.
Dude, anything over 40 is just criminal. You
Yeah, I don't
know.
know. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of strange taxes for me because it's hard for me to take a hard line stance on any of them because back in like the what was it, the 50s, there was a like a 70% tax rate on the super rich.
Mhm.
I don't know, you can fact check me on that, but
No.
there used to
Take
be a
your word
huge
for it.
tax rate and it didn't affect anybody. But
Mhm.
now that the economy's not going great, it would affect a lot of people.
Yeah.
It's just strange to look at how taxes have been throughout the years. It's like I don't know. I'm also of the mind that everyone should pay the same amount, but then again, like you said, like 30% taxes on everyone, right?
Yeah, I think
Hey,
so.
someone who makes $100 million a year at 30%, they still have $70 million.
Mhm.
Whereas someone who makes $10,000 a year at 30%, they only make $7,000. That's like
Yeah.
a huge difference.
No, I agree.
So you kind of have to tax the rich more in order for it to be actually
Mhm.
fair.
Yeah, I agree. But I don't know. I just don't think it should be that much more. I think what they should do is start cutting out stupid funds
Yeah,
that are just pointless.
I think that we need to tax big corporations more. Don't allow them to get out of anything.
Yeah, and
No,
offshore bullshit.
basically, yeah, exactly. No, literally no offshore. Have no, what's the word I'm looking for? No, I don't know. The word I'm looking for is, but basically, don't let them do it at all. Period. And tax the big corporations. Basically, kind of leave the people alone. And the if you tax the corporations, everyone else will follow suit.
Yeah. No,
Like
I.
if you don't let anybody go offshore, it should be fine.
Mhm.
It's like Amazon last year made a huge margin. Like they made so much profit.
Mhm. Dude,
It's nuts.
same thing with like, uh, is it Apple that has like over 250 is $1 billion in Ireland or something?
Yeah, it's just crazy to
Or they're
me.
just holding on. I know they just transferred over a bunch because they gave them a one-time like lower tax rate, but it's like that shouldn't even be the case in the first place.
Yeah,
Because they aren't doing
yeah,
two
that's the
hundred
thing. If
fifty
if
billion
if
dollars
you're
of
going to
business
do
over in Ireland.
business, yeah, if you want your business to be in America, you have to keep everything in America.
Mhm.
Sure, you can import and export all kinds of goods around the world, but your finances have to stay in America, in my opinion.
Yeah. And like the thing that sucks about that is like there's two governmental standards. I mean, accounting
Yeah.
standards to like actually account for all that stuff and what they have to pay, and they aren't on.
Yeah.
They have international and you have America, and they are just not even close to being on the same page.
Mm-hmm.
So it just makes it hard, and it's like something's got to fix there so it'll
Yeah.
come even. But a lot of the money just gets pissed away. So
For real. Yeah, there's so much money that just drains. It's just a drain on the economy.
mhm.
No real use. I feel like we're talking extremely abstract right now.
Yeah. So, what do you think crazy is gonna happen in the 2020s? What do you see coming to fruition?
The election, obviously, the 2020 election is probably gonna be another absolute mess, probably.
Oh, I thought you were just saying
I
like
think-
that's gonna happen. It's
yeah.
like no shit.
I think going into the future, the elections are going to be nothing but popularity contests.
Mhm. Yeah, you got.
We
Mark
elected
Cuban or
a
whatever.
celebrity, literally. Yeah, we literally elected a celebrity
Mhm.
in Donald Trump. It's not. It's going to be nothing but celebrities from now on.
Yeah, he was like 10 years ago. He was deciding who would be the better CFO for Andy's M&M company. You know, made up company.
Yeah,
He's running our country now,
it's nuts, dude.
dude. No, but
It absolutely blows my mind.
talking about all the wasted money or whatever. Getting back to that, I don't know why. Like over
Go for it.
over 10% of just any funding ever that you give out, just automatically write it off to fraud, because that's how much
Yeah.
they will never recover.
Yep.
And when you have a budget of, I don't know how much, it's over trillions, 10%
Yeah.
of that, you just lose right away.
Uh-huh.
It's like,
Same.
because people, you know, it would cost more to regulate it and make sure everything go. I don't even think that's true. There's no way it could cost more.
Yeah, I mean,
That,
it
it would be tough to
probably.
keep track of it, is what
Yeah.
I'm trying to get at.
Yeah, it would be almost impossible to keep track of all of it.
But you gotta understand.
Unless you had, like, literally an entire branch of the government dedicated to that, which ideally would be like the IRS, but they don't necessarily do that.
Mm-hmm. And there should be
Not on the scale, anyway.
dude. It should be like a two-step system or a two-strike system, not a three. Playing softball, you only
I
get
think,
two
yeah.
strikes. You one time.
I think you
of
should only get
fraud.
one strike. You do it one time. That's your mistake. You do it
One-
again, you're done.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You get.
Yeah.
If like, cause like one time it can happen like unintentional, like actually unintentional,
Exactly.
like you can fraud. But
Yeah.
if you do it twice, you gotta know something's going on. Like the first one
Yeah.
is your wake up
Yeah,
call.
exactly.
Twice,
Exactly.
You're
Fool
just
me
literally
once,
done.
shame on you.
Everything.
Fool me twice, shame on me.
It should just be like, you should basically be classified as, your company should just be bankrupt and you have to literally give everything back if you
Yeah.
fraud twice. You know how much that would stop, dude? Instead of just having to pay fines or pay.
Yeah, people would be so careful. That's
Like,
the thing.
Because right now, if you fraud, you just have to pay back, like, it's a lot. You have to
Yeah,
pay back, like,
we
three
don't even
times
have a
what you
three-strike
fraud.
system, really.
No.
It's literally just a fine.
Yeah.
Like corporations, they literally, when they're doing their finances, they take the fines into account. They say,
Mhm.
all right, we're gonna make $200 million, but we're gonna be fined 100 million, so we'll just take that out of the 200.
Yeah.
They see it as just basically the economy. That's just how it works. When in reality, it's you.
Mhm. They should just make them like just out of this world fines. Like when it comes
Yeah.
to stuff like pollution and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just
Oh,
make
for
it
sure.
out of
Dude.
the
That's a
world.
huge one.
Like I understand some of it can't be stopped, but there should be limits. You know.
Absolutely.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, what do you say?
Yeah. I think
Porter?
when
Oh, so
what
want to call it a show, or you want to keep going?
I was just gonna say that I think when corporations take the environment for granted and they just completely pillage what we have, I think that they should not even have a second chance.
Oh yeah, exactly. Like you look at, is it Nestle that just empties out lakes?
Yeah, Nestle has the worst track record for humanitarian policies and environmental policies.
Yeah.
They literally employ slave labor in countries like India. Blows my mind.
Yeah, I don't know, man. And look at me drinking an Aquafina.
Yeah, that's the thing too. And we just buy it because that's the thing. It's just out of sight, out of mind for us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know, man.
It's kind of nuts.
All right, you want to call it a show? We can go on for like 44 minutes.
Sure, buddy. We can call her.
All right, so that was Sunday Cup of Tea, weekly show. We'll be back here next Sunday.
It's the old Scatcast.
Your host Brian with Porter. And
That's right. That's me.
this was episode number 1.
Adios, amigos.